Camino walking the Portuguese route, and I am here with a wonderful new friend, Susan, in Povia de Santa Iria. It's so beautiful. We walked probably somewhere between 12 and 14 miles from Lisbon yesterday and came into this charming small town. And today's topic is spiritual friendship. Just coming off a retreat that let a small group of people, myself included, grow in deep friendship, and learning from Teresa of Avila, who had a deep wisdom when it came to the nature of friendship, I thought this would be a perfect topic to start on day 2. I can't say it's true for all human beings, but I think most have an innate desire for friendship that's uplifting, that's connecting, that creates a sense of belonging, and that lets you have the spaciousness of feeling that you're heard and seen, and even if not always understood, at least held. So I think that's true for most of us, maybe not all of us. And the Camino is going to be a great opportunity all the way along for me to continue growing in friendship. While we all have many and diverse gifts, one of my gifts, one of my blessings in life is that I love people and I feel connected with every single human being. Even if I don't feel a deep friendship, I feel connected. So on the Camino, my intention is to open myself to be touched. And that is a key to the friendship that uplifts us. I'm sure you've experienced in your life friendships that kind of bring you down at times. And I'm sure you've experienced friendships where every time you're with that person, you walk away and you feel a little bit better. Even if what you're talking about, or even if what happens between you isn't always the easiest, you still walk away feeling a bit better. So it gives me a chance to highlight too my new friend Susan, who's taking this walk with me just for 4 days. And one of the ways that I'm feeling touched by her is her love of creation. As we're walking along, there's so many different things that she notices that just hit within her a spirit of wonder and a spirit of awe. Whether it's really practical earthly things like the lay of the land or the types of trees that are around, or a spiritual sense about presence in all of these things. And that, I think, is a key, something that I continue to desire to grow in, and something that's an invitation for you. How much do you open yourself to true spiritual friendship? How much do you let yourself be touched by the people around you? Because it can be very easy to feel that you do not have friendship, that you are alone in this world. And in some ways, you are alone. We're all alone. It's a solitary journey. But in other ways, you are surrounded by people that you could be touched by. Yesterday, we were touched by 2 women in particular. One was a barista that left, she's speaking Portuguese, that left her coffee shop to show us the route of the Camino because we weren't sure where it was, walked across the street and pointed exactly to the route to make sure, and she repeated it like 3 times to make sure we were on the route. And secondly, it was another woman that we were touched by. We walked in, we were famished, we hadn't eaten, we had walked up this steep hill to get to our destination, and every restaurant was closed. We probably walked an extra mile looking for a place that was open, and we walked into this restaurant. Nobody was in it. They were cleaning, and we have no idea whether they were really open or closed until a later time. but she saw us and she saw our need. And she didn't just serve us some food. She pulled out the stops. They made their specialty dish with pork and shrimp, and she brought out a huge basket of bread and these little appetizers and olive oil. And I wanted a cup of wine, and she brought out this huge carafe that was probably a bottle and a half of wine and filled our table with food and water and wine. And she touched us. That's what spiritual friendship is. We may never see her again, but we met on the level of the heart, of the deep soul level. So how can you open yourself today to spiritual friendship? I know Susan and I are expecting a lot of magic as we set out to our next destination. Thank you for walking with me. Thank you for being my friend. I look forward to your comments so that I can learn from and be touched by you. And I hope that my walk touches you in some way as well. Blessings. Mwah.